I think the educational system will cope with the changes, and the schools will cope. We coped with the changes in the past, and we will cope with them again. But what we need to realize is that the coping mechanism are people, not the technology itself. So if we want constant change, which is here, and the change will get faster because the technology will develop at a greater speed, what we need is very significant investment into the teaching professions. So we need to begin to see teachers as the most important element of our society and ultimately of our economy. I was asked fairly recently when I mentioned that, somebody said, oh, so teachers are like lawyers and doctors. No, they're more important than lawyers and doctors, because there wouldn't be any lawyers and doctors had there been no teachers. So the future as it develops will require great thought and great caution, because it's all very well having wonderful technology. What's it for? What is it meant to do? Is it purely for economic purposes? Is it there to make the world shinier and noisier? Or is it going to make us better and our world better? Is it going to make our medical provision better? Is it going to make our learning full of awe and wonders, where we can visit places we might never even have imagined? For all of that to happen, we need to support the teaching professions, to develop them better, to respect them greater, and to expand them. And effectively to make our teachers not just the purveyors of knowledge, but actually the project leaders of children's learning. Well, we need to sit back sometimes and find ourselves some time to think. So the world has just come through a pandemic. Certainly my youngest daughter's happiest day in 2020 was the day when she could go back to school, meet with her friends and meet with her teachers. You cannot take the human element away. And if you look at what went on here today, the Sustainability Summit at Kidzania Doha 2023, you could have done that online. It would never have been the same. So I think it's a very good thing that you can't take the human element away. There are things that we need to develop further. We need to perhaps become smarter, better humans. We need to think about what we teach our children in school and what they learn outside. When I travel extensively, talk to children all over the world, I ask them the question, why do you go to school? In about 80% of the cases, the answer is because I have to. That's a bad and a sad answer. Experiences out of school, be they for real, like Kidzania Doha, or be they online through AI, they have an opportunity to provide purpose so that children can join the dots and begin to understand why it actually matters to learn mathematics at school or the sciences at school, or indeed why to learn coding and to move the whole technology thing. But I think also we need to embrace this. We need to stop panicking about these things. So in 2009, July 2009, the iPhone 3 was launched. The conversation we're having now is exactly the same conversation that people were having in 2009. Where are all the technicians going to come from? Who is going to do all this internet stuff? If we've got that all on phones, how will it all work? We will not be able to cope. Quite soon the iPhone 15 is out. We've coped. We will cope with this, but we will cope better if we invest in human capital. Without people, what's the point in technology? In 3 lines, this has got nothing to do with technology, right? The 3 lines are: be brave, be kind, make mistakes and learn from them. And if we do that with AI, we'll get there. And in 5 years' time, we'll get there. And in 100 years' time, we'll get there. We have to have an optimism and a belief in humankind. Because when things get really bad, the pandemic, surprise, surprise, we found a solution. we have the capacity to survive, to find solutions. It is about us igniting that capacity. And that's to do not just with us, that's to do with everybody else. So I think if I had to put one word in that time capsule, I would put the word kindness in it, and the rest will follow.